Hello and welcome to a very, very special show. It's a historic one for different reasons. If you're not aware of this particular show, let me brief you something about it. No, I'm not Dr. Vikash Agarwal. This is Suman Chakravarti. I'll be hosting the show on behalf of Dr. Vikash Agarwal, who is India's one of the finest oncosurgeons. But today's show, as you know, will be for a special reasons. We'll be glittered by some outstanding personals and professionals across the globe who will be motivating the cancer warriors, the breast cancer warriors who are fighting it out for their lives. As you know, in every 3 minutes, one breast cancer patient has been detected in India. And Global Cancer Trust, for the last 1 decade, they has been doing a splendid job in terms of helping creating awareness and prevention for cancers. We have done more than 228 seminars across the globe, and our motto is, of course, to make a cancer-free world. We have been, once again, as I mentioned, glittered by some outstanding professionals. I'd be handing it over to Dr. Vikas Agarwal now, and we'll be starting the show. Who would be narrating the entire stuff like this. We are joined by one of the top professionals in the field of oncosurgery. We have Dr. Aman Reja. We have Dr. Amitabh Mohan. We have Dr. Manish Ranjan Das, and of course, Dr. Kiapada Mandana. I'd be handing it over to Dr. Vikas Agarwal now. It's all yours.
Good evening, friends. Welcome to the show. Let's spread breast cancer awareness. We have the Secretary of Global Cancer Trust, Dr. K.M. Mandana. Few words from Dr. Mandana, after which we will start the video, Why do we need a breast cancer awareness? So, over to Dr. Mandana. Dr. Mandana, your voice is not audible. Please switch on your mic.
Now?
Yeah, now it is audible.
Okay. Another pillar of the GCT, Mr. Alok Tiwari, here sitting with me. We've been working as much as we are trying to help him in this endeavor. I think today we know that as we are worried about the COVID, we should not neglect the breast cancer, which is the most common killer in women. So basically, today we need to keep on screening, keep on testing and treating the breast cancer. And I think we all want you to join us in this ordeal and endeavor. And I think we all need to support different organizations to help us in this endeavor. Keep on spreading like the word of COVID, keep on spreading the word about the cancers which can be treatable, especially to clean early, test early, and treat early. Over to you, Vikas. I'm very happy to be part of this, and Alok is also part of the whole program. Thank you. Go ahead, Vikas.
Thank you. Dr. Mandana is the backbone as a big brother. So I would ask our team to provide the video of why do we need breast cancer awareness. The back team office of Digital Idea and Advertise, Manali.
In 2018, 162,000 breast cancer cases were registered in India. Every 3.5 minutes, a new case is registered. 89,500 deaths every year. Every 6 minutes, a family loses a mother, a sister, a daughter, or a wife. In India, breast cancer is detected in stage 3 or 4 due to negligence. The cure rate is less than 50% in stage 3 and 0% in stage 4. If they can win over cancer, why can't you? Awake, arise, aware. It's time for us to give an answer to cancer.
Hello, friends. Welcome, Dr. Reza from Bangladesh, a renowned medical oncologist. So, welcome you. Good evening. Thank you for accepting the invitation. And we are really going global. Dr. Reza, can you hear me?
Oh, thank you, Dr. Agarwal. Thank you. Thank you so much for the invitation. And I really proud to be here with this renowned consultant of the field of oncology. And definitely, it's a proud for me, and as well as I want to share my experience and uh, my scenario, the scenario of our country. Thank you.
Very good. So, we all are one and we all face the same problem. We are here because of our mothers. We are here because of the support of our wife, as a friend, the sisters, and everybody. So I welcome Dr. Kostav also. He is Regional Cancer Center, Chitranjan Cancer Institute, radiation oncologist. Welcome you, Kostav.
Thank you, sir, and good evening, everyone. So today we have meet for a special cause of supporting the breast cancer awareness among the people. So we can easily do it by this webinar. We have a nothing option left now, so we can proceed. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Amitabh Mohan. And welcome Dr. Amitabh Mohan also. He's a renowned psychologist and a huge need in the hour for the patients to overcome the psychological trauma.
Thank you so much, Doctor. It's a pleasure being on this platform. Really, your compliments for the initiative that you've taken, the Global Cancer Trust, and I really would like this catchphrase: "Answer to cancer." It's time that we need to spread awareness because awareness itself is going to be a big answer to this problem of cancer.
So straightway moving to the reason why we are welcoming and why we are here to all the people across the world, because we have got the support from different organizations, not only in the city, country, across and outside the countries. People are watching across the globe. So what is breast cancer? What do you think, Dr. Costa? What is a breast cancer?
Breast cancer is just cancer is nothing but it is an cause the crab. Crab means the cancer is what coming from the crab. Crab means which have the tentacles which can spread all over. So from there the cancer what has come. So when this cancer is, I mean, the extra proliferation of the tissues, extra proliferation of the cells occur in some organs which can cause cancer. So when it's in the breast, then we called it as a breast cancer. So it is a one of the major cause of I mean cancer among the female, not in India, not in Bangladesh. It's all over the world. Yes.
True. As Dr. Kostav has rightly said, uncontrolled, unwanted growth of a cell which is abnormal is called a cancer. We do cut our hairs once in a month. We do trim our nail once in a week. This is also a growth. And we all know within 120 days, red blood cells replicates. You'll be shocked every second they are cell reproducing in our body. But whenever it is uncontrolled, unwanted, it becomes cancer. Thank you, Costa, for throwing a light. Over to Dr. Reja. The common myth that a lump in a breast is cancer. What is your opinion?
Already you have mentioned that is a myth because uh, the lump in the breast, it is not always a cancer. There are so many diseases and so many conditions in the breast which are not cancer and which can be treated accordingly and it can be cured. But a percentage, a small percentage, these are the breast cancer. But other than that, we know that if there is a lump, it may be a benign. That is, if you want to tell the general people that it is a normal lump, and when it is a malignant lump, that is cancerous lump, then it is the dangerous lump. But the normal lump It's a benign lump, and it may be a fibroadenoma or it may be other situation of the breast disease, and it can be treated accordingly and it can be cured. So definitely, this is not true that all the lump in the breast is cancer. It's really a myth.
Very true. Very true that all lumps are not cancer. Let's have this message clear because the females, the sisters, mothers, and daughters who have a painful lump, they fear more about that and they report to doctors. And to sorry to say that the fact or the pain is that almost all breast cancer lumps are painless. So if we can take away this message, the painless lump are more painful, they are more dangerous. Yes, my dear, if we can take away this message, the painless lump are more dangerous. And nine, yes, 9 out of 10 lumps may not be cancerous. So don't panic. I would ask in this context, Dr. Amitabh Mohan, the psychologist, it's the psychology. The reason, as it was correctly said in the video, we see patients, I think Dr. Reja will also agree, in a stage 3. While in 2005, I was in Tata Memorial, we have audited more than thousands, 8,000 files. 78% of the patient present late in stage 3 or 4. So, Dr. Amitabh, can you say why people have a fear once they understand there is a lump or any problem in the breast? Why do they ignore it? What do you think from a
Very,
psychological point? How
very critical issue, Dr. Vikas, and as Dr. Reza also pointed out, if we pick up two words, what Dr. Reza also pointed out, benign and malignant, when we talk about this journey from one stage to the other is because of the avoidance, is because of the denial. And you very rightly pointed out, and I would like to further reiterate and re-emphasize what you said just now, that your silent lump is more dangerous than the painful one. But then the common psyche is that if it is not paining, it's okay. And it is only when we experience the pain then we think that all right. So it's what is important for all of us, and I would like to use this forum to get this message across to all the viewers that please remember a stitch in time saves nine. And it's things which are silent does not mean that they are not threatening. And one of the biggest challenge, Dr. Agarwal, Dr. Vikash, I would like to point out is the moment we have a lump, there's an anxiety that begins. When somebody says it may be a probable tumor, the anxiety grows. And then the fear makes us avoid, now if I go to a doctor, I may have to go through a test, and then I may have to go through a biopsy, and the whole thought process starts becoming very defensive, and that denial causes the delay. And as I would refer to the video that has been presented, the stage 1, 2, 3, 4. Earlier the detection, the disease is not that threatening. But unfortunately, because of the denial, because of the fear that we have of biopsy, which causes that danger. Another important point I would like to emphasize right at the onset, and that is, what happens is there's been a lot of taboos attached with the,
true,
there
true.
are social situations, social perception, as you quite rightly asked Dr. Reza to clear the myth about the cancer. And अगर हमको cancer है, if I have a tumor, if people get to know, तो कहीं मेरी शादी तो नहीं affect हो जाएगी, how can I tell people in my family, if will my husband accept, start avoiding me because I am cancer, I'm carrying cancer, and will I be infecting others? So I think all these anxiety and the fear and the lack of information about the disease itself causes that anxiety, because the cancer related anxiety is more, anxiety always is anticipatory in nature. And when you do not have an correct information, that anxiety grows and causes more problem for people.
Sure. So, as Dr. Amitabh, Dr. Reja, and Dr. Costa all agreed that there is a reason of denial, let's welcome the tigress or the lioness, Mrs. Sukhvinder Kaur. She is a self made lady, and hats off to her because we treat thousands of the patients. Dr. Reja will also agree, and none of them have the courage to come in public and say that, yes, I had cancer, because there is a lot of social taboo. And she is a lady who detected her lump, and I will ask her, सुखविंदर जी, आप खुद अपनी जर्नी बताइए, क्योंकि लोगों तक आपकी जर्नी पहुंचेगी तो लोग समझेंगे कि कैंसर को अगर अर्ली डिटेक्ट कर ले, वी हैव आंसर फॉर कैंसर. सो सुखविंदर कौर इज द winner. We don't call them a survivor. She is real winner. And over to Sukhvinder ji, please.
हाँ जी डॉक्टर साहब, मेरे को पहले छोटा मटर के दाने जैसा ट्यूमर दिखाई दिया, तो फिर हम डॉक्टर विकास कुमार अग्रवाल के पास गए. वहाँ पे जाके हमने बोला कि ये मेरा कैंसर है. डॉक्टर ने वो टेस्ट करवाया तो वो कैंसर निकला. डॉक्टर के ऑपरेशन करने के बाद मुझे केमो नहीं लगी, केमो से बच गए हैं. डॉक्टर का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. डॉक्टर ने नई जिंदगी दी मुझे. मैं स्वस्थ हूँ, ठीक हूँ.
सो जैसा कि सुखविंदर जी ने कहा, सुखविंदर जी ने 4 साल पहले उनको पोस्ट मिनोपॉज के आसपास में उनको कुछ ब्लीडिंग प्रॉब्लम हो रही थी. वो उसके लिए इवैल्यूएशन कराने कलकत्ता आई दुर्गापुर से, एंड उन्होंने एक मटर से दाना जितना. सो दैट वाज हर फीलिंग. When we operated, it was less than 5 millimeter tumor. And Dr. Reja, Dr. Kostov, all the people will understand, without a PNI and no nodes were involved. Dr. Reja, हमने सेंटिनल नोड बायोप्सी, द हाईएस्ट पॉसिबल टेक्निक, जिसमें हमने आर्म पिट से भी ट्यूमर नहीं रिमूव किया, नोड्स नहीं निकालने पड़े, एंड just a tablet, hormonal tablet, no chemotherapy because we conduct a tumor board. Dr. Kostav is a part of it, Dr. Amitabh, Dr. Nemal Rao. There is a group of oncologists who sit together in the clinic, and we decided there is no added advantage of giving chemotherapy even to the patient or radiotherapy. She was cured, breast is saved, she is cured of cancer and did not require chemotherapy, radiotherapy or this. So, method need to be clear, जो डॉक्टर अमिताभ ने भी कहा, that if we detect early, because all ladies, they can detect breast cancer in the early stage. Please, I request to all of them, in whichever part of the country, जो language आपको समझ में आए, सुखविंदर कौर की तरह, report it early, don't deny, identify. हो सकता है वो कैंसरस ना हो. डॉक्टर रेजा ने कहा जैसे 90% ऑफ द ब्रेस्ट लम्प माइट बी फाइब्रोएडिनोमा, जस्ट अ बिनाइन ट्यूमर, और आप डर के मारे जिंदगी भर जी रहे. आइडेंटिफाई इट. अगर शुरू में कैंसरस भी डिटेक्ट हुआ तो यू कैन क्योर इन स्टेज 1. डॉक्टर कोस्टा, हाउ मच इज द क्योर रेट इन स्टेज 1 ब्रेस्ट कैंसर?
I think 5 years is 100%, 10 years might be similar to that. It is 100%. If it is detected early, then it is totally curable.
Yes, correctly said. More than 96% of the breast cancer can be cured. 96 to 100% of the breast cancer can be cured in the stage 1. We will come up. So we will be moving on to the. We will be saying thank you to Sukhvinder ji for coming us live, and आपके कारण लाखों लोगों के पास ये बातें पहुंचेगी, क्योंकि as a doctors we advise a lot of things, but as a winner you yourself from the horse's mouth. So thank you for coming. Thanks a lot.
सैल्यूट टू यू सुखविंदर जी फॉर आपने जो चैलेंज लिया, बहुतों के लिए वो एक इंस्पिरेशन होगा.
we have internationally acclaimed Pragyan Oja with us. So we will be listening from him. And about Pragyan, our friend Suman will introduce a few more words.
Yeah, firstly, welcome Pragyan, welcome Moira. It's been wonderful to get you as well. And I mean, I know you are quite familiar of the reason of this particular show. I mean, breast cancer has been one of the biggest problems in India at the moment, but there is a reason why Dr. Agarwal and Global Cancer Trust has organized this particular show. I'd be requesting Pragyan first to say a few words towards our warriors who are fighting against cancer.
Good evening, everyone. I know I'm very less educated about the seminar, and amongst you all, I'm like very new and I'm understanding this. But what I felt, why I came here was I wanted to support it because this is something we need to address. There are a lot of issues in this because a lot of people are unaware of what's happening and how they actually address this, and if there's something wrong in them, how do they communicate. So I think these are the two things which I believe we should be spreading the awareness, and saying that as I'm new to this, and I'm also trying to learn about it, and I thought maybe if I can join you guys in spreading breast cancer awareness, it'll be something I can do for everyone. My country has given me so much love, so I thought maybe this is the time when I give it back to them.
Yes, just to add about Pragyan, I think many of us might know about it who are not aware of this particular thing. He had been the fastest among the Indians to take 100 test wickets. I mean, and one of the finest, I mean, ambassadors of Indian cricket over the years.
Suman,
And
Suman,
yeah.
I think this is one platform. I think I'm glad that I'm here to
Yeah.
join this, and
Mhm.
uh, I think we should be talking about what's happening, what is
Correct.
the issue that we need to
Correct.
address. My introduction can wait.
Absolutely. And, wonderful. And now I'll be turning towards Boriada. You all know Boria Mazumdar, one of the stalwarts of Indian sports journalism. He is doing a fantastic job in promoting the game. And more importantly, today I'll be requesting Boriada to say a few words about the, I mean, breast cancer patients as well. I'm sure Boriada's words have enough power to motivate all of them. Boriada, all yours.
Firstly, thank you very much for having me. I mean, I have a survivor in the family, so I'm part of the process. My own sister, who's a professor at the University of Chicago, she's a breast cancer survivor. We've gone through this disease, we've gone through this challenge as a family together, and we've won it. She has won it, and I've seen it from close quarters, what it can do to us as a family, what the challenges were, and how delighted we were when she finally was declared cancer free. She did her treatment at the University of Chicago hospitals, and each time, my mother and I, we used to fly. My mother used to go multiple times. It was a challenging period. Now, let me just say how this happened. You said breast cancer awareness. She's a fit woman. She's a mid 40s woman. Every day trains about, runs 5 kilometers, used to swim. She's slim, fit, fine. All of a sudden, she was in Calcutta. We attended the book fair together. This was in 2018, 2 years back. And this was early February. And she said, I got to go back. I somehow feel something here in my breast, a bit of an uncertain kind of lump. And I said, just like a normal human being, Are ki bolchish, what are you saying? Nothing, don't worry. And she goes back to America the next day, which was 8th of Feb. She had her annual medical checkup on the 9th of Feb at the university. So please keep these things in mind. You've got to get yourself checked. If there is any kind of suspicion that you are having, right? You've got to get yourself checked. And then Didi calls me and says, oh, they want to do a biopsy. Post the biopsy, we diagnosed, and it was a triple X. It was a triple negative. So we all got very scared. Now what? How many chemos? How many radiations? Will we require surgery? Will she come through this? And yes, she did require. She went through 16 chemotherapy sessions. They did the adjuvant therapy. and they put a team of doctors in place. It was hard. Let's be clear, it is not an
Yes.
easy process. It will be hard. For example, she would have blood in her fingers. She couldn't even lift things. For a while, she would cry on the phone, on Skype. And at that point in time, we as a family, we were collapsing, saying, what on earth is going on with this fit body? She shaved off her hair because she did not want to see that trauma of losing hair on the pillow. And that's how it started. But then the fight back was incredible, assisted by you guys, the top doctors of the country and the world, assisted by you people who handheld her, who handheld us as a family. She started the fight back, and that fight back till October. July, the chemo period was over, and then even then she would have pain in her fingers every day. So when she traveled to India, we were like, so is this now a permanent feature of her life? By October, the pain started going away. Then she still does periodic MRIs. She does every 6 months. She undergoes checks. But I'm delighted to say for the last year plus now, she is cancer free. So let my only message, I'm not a medical person, but I've seen this from the closest of quarters to some of my own. She's my own blood, my only sister. I can tell you, you guys are champions. The kind of work that Pragyan and I do has nothing, no parallel to the kind of work that you all do. So if my daughter ever becomes a breast cancer surgeon or a cancer surgeon or an oncologist, I would be the happiest person in the world. So make no mistake that you guys are God's blessings to mankind. And from the bottom of my heart, for the service that you render mankind and for having cured my sister, all I will say is wonderful. Keep doing this work. Fingers crossed for her. Fingers crossed for every breast cancer patient. It is curable. You are not in the dumps. It is curable. I have seen it. You will come out of it. Don't lose hope. Don't lose resilience. Don't give up. That's all I want to say.
Thank you so much, Boryada. Sir wants to say something.
Boryada, thank you for this. And for this reason, why the people feel that they can't detect breast cancer, we have spent more than 1.5 months to create a breast self-examination video so that everybody don't have to go to a doctor even, they can detect their breast cancer at their home. They have to spend just few minutes every month. So I would request everybody to see the breast self-examination video, created and circulate it as much as possible so that our mothers, sisters were free from such a disease.
Thank you so much. I will do that too. I'm sure Pragyan will. He has a huge social media following. I've got a decent following myself. We will all do everything that we possibly can to spread this awareness, to spread this video, because as I said, at the end of the day, what you are doing to society is absolutely magical.
Boryada, I can't forget last pink ball test match. The way you announced in the stadium, it was hats off, giving us the opportunity.
Again, there is nothing, there is no comparison, like Pragyan rightly said, between the kind of work we do. Our work is simple. Your work, you are saving lives, one life. And it is not one dead or two dead. It is someone's family, someone's mother, someone's sister, someone's wife. It is not a number. It's a family member. It's a face. It's a life. So that is why I keep saying the kind of work you all are doing is absolutely unbelievable.
And Dr. Vikash, with your permission, I would like to emphasize what Mr. Majumdar just now said. It's very important for our viewers and audience at the moment to listen to what he said. It is not that individual. He used a statement, we as a family went through it. And that is something which is very, very important, which I, as a psychologist, I would like to emphasize for everyone, that when somebody is suffering, it is the family which is the first treatment, the support and the confidence and the belief that you give as a family to the person, that is the best healer in the context. And that's what Mr. Majumdar emphasized, that we as a family were there. And it's not going to be easy. But when family stands together, supports long things, it becomes easy to go through that process, to go through that pain. So thank you so much, Mr. Majumdar, for emphasizing and sharing that.
No,
Yeah.
everyone needs to. Everyone needs to, because ki ho to janan to, it was like there was a bit of a stigma attached, just like COVID. There was a bit of a stigma attached. Breast cancer, means dead. No, absolutely not. In fact, now breast cancer is cured most of the times. It will be. More and more treatments, more and more adjuvant therapy, more and more research is going on. In fact, I would recommend, if you have the opportunity, get yourself enrolled in trial treatments, because that's how medical science progresses. My sister was part of one of these trial treatments at the University of Chicago. These are incredible. And I used to read this literature. I used to read all the medical journals that she would send me as an academic, and find fascinating the kind of work that is going on in the medical fraternity. I'm too old now, otherwise I would have given it a shot. That's why I said, my own daughter, if she ever takes up medical science and goes and studies medicine, I would be delighted. So my point is, at two levels we need to fight this. One, at the level of stigma. Cancer is not stigma. Cancer can happen to me, can happen to you, can happen to anyone. So we've got to fight that as a society, as a family, as an individual. Number two, we now know cancer is curable. We know there are treatments. So don't hide it. Go to your doctor. Do not be scared about sharing your experiences, because by doing so, you are actually doing a benefit to this society, to this world. So that's why my next book, my previous book, was dedicated to my sister, because, as I said, for me, she's a real superstar. She's survived it. She's survived the pain. She's come out of it. By the way, she now is the head of the Department of History at the University of Chicago. She's back to teaching. She's back to normal life. She's running again. She's swimming again. She's back to a healthy life. By the way, if anyone wanted to know that, so she does everything. Yes, she does everything. She does everything. She exercises, she studies, she teaches, she's back to normal life. This can be done. There are examples in front of us. And why? Because you people have made it possible. You people have made this possible for each one of us. So on that note, I would finish off saying, we are all indebted from the bottom of our heart, and we will do everything possible in this country, in this world, to support you all.
Well, I will invite Dr. Yanas from Switzerland. He's a medical oncologist. He will be discussing something after the breast self-examination video, how by a liquid biopsy for last 22 years he is doing research. Which medicine will work on that patient? Not have to wait for the PET CT for 5 centimeter tumor size to grow. So his presentation, welcome Dr. Yanas, and
pleasure to see you all.
Yes, we will just show a small video, breast self-examination video.
Hello friends, let's learn breast self-examination, BSE. Why to do BSE? To protect ourselves and our family. What to do? Look and feel your breast for any change. When to do? 7 days after menstruation. Those who have stopped their periods, menopause, or their uterus removed, they will do first Sunday of every month. What to do? Look at your breast during shower in the mirror. The position will be standing position with hands by side, hands on waist, and hands above the head. We should look with hands on waist, side view, forward bending. What to look for? Look for any change in the level of nipple. Look for the sudden change in the size or shape of the breast. Also look for the skin texture change over the breast, like an orange peel. Look for changes like dimpled or depressed skin or any color change of the breast. Skin irritation. Look for any recent retraction of the nipple. Also look for any lump or bump in the axilla and the breast. Now, feel your breast and axilla. Left breast by the right hand and right breast by the left hand. How to feel? with the flat of the hand as shown. Never pinch your breast. Ideally, you should also feel your breast lying on bed and standing position. You should feel your breast in a clockwise manner and also your nipple areolar region. Feel upwards and downward strokes and also in a wedge manner. Gently squeeze your nipples for any discharge. Is it watery, milky, yellow fluid or alarming blood? If you find any changes, don't panic. Report to a specialist. And for further information, you can also contact our BSc expert coach. Thank you.
Okay, that was the video. I know that Pragyan has something to do during the IPL. So, thank you
Yes,
so
yes.
much, Pragyan. I'm sure that you're in a hurry to join the show.
Thank you
So,
so
thank you so
much.
much. Do
Thank
you
you
like
so
to
much
add
once
something?
again. I'm really glad that I could be a part of it. Not like how much ever I could. Definitely, I'll try and spread the knowledge. And at the same time, as Boryada said, thank you so much, guys, because you are the frontline warriors during this COVID and everywhere. You see, we cannot be like, we are really grateful to you guys for really being being a savior, like, and saying that, I'd like to say that please excuse me. I have to leave for a game. Actually, I have to go there. I have to join a panel, so I have to rush. I'm really sorry. I would have been here for some more time, but I need to be somewhere else.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Pragyan. It was a pleasure having you in the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have discussed about not to panic, how to detect breast cancer by this breast self-examination video, and Dr. Reza also told about the biopsy. Now we will be moving on to Jonas. He will talk about how a liquid biopsy can help. So, Dr. Reza, I'm handing over to Dr. Yanas to talk about the liquid biopsy, after which Dr. Costa and Dr. Reza will discuss on that. So, over to you, Dr. Yanis Manali. Please start his presentation.
Okay. So I know that I have a limited time, so I'll try to make it as quick as possible. I'll do a screen sharing. Oh, you already have my presentation there.
Yes.
Okay, so that's good news. Right. So practically,
Dr. Yanas Manali. Dr. Yanis. No, he's not there. Somehow there might be some technical glitch that his presentation was.
okay.
Yes,
Now
Dr.
I'm here.
Yanis. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
now I can see you. It would be better to handle my presentation so that I will show you to all of you. I will do a screen sharing. It's way more easier.
Okay. So, Dr. Manali, Dr. Yanas is doing a screen sharing. So he will be, so keep Dr. Yanas in the screen so that everybody can see him and the presentation. Dr. Reza, is that okay with all this faculty on the yard?
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So pretty much we know very well.
I think there's some problem with the
Technical.
screen sharing he is facing. That's why I hope those who are our viewers should not lose the hope. He will be joining till that when he is settling the issue. Dr. Kostov, what do you think about circulating tumor cell? Because liquid biopsy is something which a general public understand. Instead of a tissue biopsy, you Dilip sir, instead of a tissue biopsy, you detect tumor cells by collecting a blood sample. So, Kostov, what is your opinion?
Basically, it is very important nowadays because it is a very non-invasive procedure. Okay,
Yeah.
non-invasive for the common people is that when you are doing biopsy, so some needle is you are going to pierce inside your breast or body, something like that. So it is not that painful, but some painful at least there. But in
Just
liquid biopsy,
getting a blood test done, that much of a pain.
yes,
So,
liquid biopsy is just a blood test done. That is, yes, absolutely.
okay. So, so what is done in liquid biopsy, as Dr. Kostov correctly said, they collect a blood sample. And Dr. Yanas, like these kind of people who are researching for more than 20 years, out of millions of cells, they find out those cells which are cancerous, even few cells, they will extract those cells and study those cells. And so we would be waiting. Dr. Yanas has probably joined. Dr. Yanas? Okay. So there might be some problem. So we'll be discussing on the liquid biopsy. And now moving on to just a simple message to the viewers who are seeing that there are ways we can detect breast cancer. The most common myth that once you detect a lump in your breast, Dr. Reja, please clarify that do you need to sacrifice breast every time?
Sorry.
That is mastectomy or conservation.
No,
Some light
this is
on
very
that.
important. Actually, this type of awareness is very much important because when a lady is diagnosed with breast cancer, this is not mandatory to sacrifice her breast. This was the earlier thought, but nowadays this is not mandatory in all cases. There are some tools by which we can identify the stages of breast cancer, as well as the tumor size, as well as the nodal status. And with that
Very
tools,
good.
we can definitely, with that tools, we can take decision about the we need to sacrifice the breast, or otherwise we need to keep the breast and we can remove the tumor, and that is called breast conservative surgery. That is, we keep the breast but we just remove the uh, tumor. So it is very much
True.
important, and the surgical oncologist is doing nowadays very well the breast conservative surgery, and it is a great hope to the ladies, especially young ladies. It is a great hope because they can maintain the shape of the breast, the cosmetic purpose of the breast. They can maintain. So it is very much important. So the breast
True.
conservative surgery is the another option, another hope for the breast cancer ladies. So not always we need to sacrifice our breast.
So Dr. Reja has clarified the cloud, the doubt in the mind of people. Those females who detect lump, they ignore to inform, to participate in the treatment, keeping in mind that I might have to lose the breast. Sorry, the you don't have to lose the breast if you detect early. Okay, and I would ask Dr. Costa to spread some light. Is the outcome different after conservation versus mastectomy?
Absolutely not. Basically, those patients who are the candidates for the breast conservation, normally what we have done, after the surgical oncologist like Dr. Vikash Agarwal operate the patient, remove the lump. After that, if radiotherapy can be given just after this breast conservation surgery, then it is the outcome is similar that of the mastectomy, that is total removal of the breast. So breast conservation therapy, which is consists of the breast conservation surgery, which is done by Dr. Vikas Agarwal and other surgical oncologists, and after that, radiation oncologists do the radiotherapy. So combination of these two, ultimately the same result with that of the mastectomy or the total removal of the breast. So important thing that if you are a candidate, if you are willing, if a patient is willing, then we should go for a breast conservation surgery. There is not only the treatment benefit, but also the psychological benefit. Mr. Amitabh Mohan can say better. So this should be done very precisely, and there to be candidate to be selected very precisely. And this is a very important and in a nowadays for the breast cancer treatment. Thank you.
Correctly said. That is why we need in breast cancer treatment multiple people, and spreading breast cancer awareness. We have faculties, celebrities across the world. Over to Suman to invite our international celebrity.
Okay, we have two special guests. Two more special guests to be precise. One, we have King Shuk Devnath, India international for the national team footballer, played in so many ISL clubs and I-League clubs. And also we have Philip Adza, Adza the Punisher we call him, one of the finest foreign strikers, a striker from Ghana, and a fantastic footballer in Indian football these days. He plays for Bhawanipur and scored a fantastic goal yesterday as well to help his team win a game. I'd be requesting both of them. First of all, it's time for King Shuk. King Shuk ke bolbo, King Shuk, তোমরা মাঠে লড়াই করো। How difficult it is for breast cancer patients, তাদের লড়াইটা অনেক বেশি কঠিন হয়। তুমি কি বলতে চাইবে? তোমার নিজের লড়াইয়ের কোনো একটা গল্প যদি শেয়ার করো।
দেখো, সব লড়াই টাফ। আমাদের ফুটবল ক্যারিয়ারে যেমন টাফ আছে, সো তাদের ক্ষেত্রেও তার টাফ, কিন্তু তাদেরকে হার মানলে হবে না। আমরা যেমন নিজেদের সাথে ফাইট করি, তাদেরকেও ফাইট করতে হবে। আমরা যেমন মাঠে ফাইট করছি, তাদেরকেও ফাইট করতে হবে। তো আমি একটা সময় আমার খুব খারাপ সময় গেছিল। মোহনবাগান আমি ফার্স্ট ইয়ার যখন সাইন করেছিলাম, মোহনবাগানে হয়তো মিস আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিং এ আমাকে ছেড়ে দিয়েছিল। তো ছেড়ে দিয়ে আমি আবার মোহামেডানে গিয়ে সাইন করেছি। আমি আবার নিজেকে প্রুভ করে আমি আবার মোহনবাগানে কাম ব্যাক করেছি। তো আমি যদি পারি তাহলে এটা সবাই পারবে।
Absolutely. Now it comes in terms of Adza. Adza, I know that the last season was a very tough one for you, and then you paved your way through the mainstay of Indian football, scored 9 goals in the I-League, one of the fatal strikers in the last year, and this season as well you started bang bang. Could you like to show or share one of your stories of fighting it out against the odds?
Yeah, I think it's all about hard work, and when you are being focused, I think what you want to achieve, you achieve it. So we don't get it on a silver platter, but I think with hard work and determination, you get the result. Yeah, that is all I can say now.
What do you want to say about the fights of the cancer patients who are fighting it out day in, day out to get back into the normal life?
Yeah, I think as a victim, you don't have to give up on this cancer treating yourself. It's a dangerous disease as well, we all know. But I think you getting it doesn't make you an extraordinary person from a normal person. You are still a human being, and you are still a nice person as we all used to be. So I just urge them to be encouraged and stay focused. I think there is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with that. It's just a sickness, and surely they will overcome it.
Thank you so much, Adza. Thank you so much, King Shuk, for giving your time. I know that you'll be busy, and then have your time, good time to be precise, and all the best for the next games in the second division league.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adja, saying that rightly, that determination and focus.
Thank you.
Thank you. So coming back to the topic, we were discussing about conservation of the breast versus mastectomy, and we, as Boria Majumdar was saying, there are people who are working day in, day out to move a step further. So from mastectomy, where we used to remove the whole of the breast, in 1960s. We have moved to breast conservation, and now we have moved on to oncoplastic surgery. Being a surgeon, we want to preserve the shape without using any extra tissue, instead removing and utilizing the remaining part of the fat of the breast to reconstruct so that the female looks absolutely same. About the psychological aspect of the trauma to the dear portion of the body, the femininity involved with the breast. What do you want to say, Dr. Amitabh Mohan?
Very, very relevant point, because when we the aspect of the body that is in question in our discussion today, it has very, very strong psychological manifestation. A lot of myths, even if there is no cancer, there are a lot of myths attached to it in a general life during growing up years of people. And the moment it is affected by a disease or a condition like cancer, the psyche is of lot of apprehension. There is a psyche of acceptance if we go through a surgical process. Psyche is of whether we will have a normalcy in various aspects, in various spheres of our life. Being a breast being a secondary sexual organ, even there is an anxiety where after going through a treatment process or a surgical process, will we have a similar normal lively condition? And that is where I would like to go back to all our celebrities and the survivors and the winners. The experience that we have. You know, it is more the anxiety that we have which is a problem. Otherwise, life physiologically goes back to normalcy. It is more our frame of mind, and earlier we accept it, quicker we accept the conditions. Our attitude of acceptance is going to bring our physiological self also there. When we talk in terms of you know the psychological condition, it is the anxiety, apprehension, anticipation which is negatively stimulated that causes the problem than the physical being itself after the cure has taken place. Because there is a lot of anxiety related to how I will be when I have gone through the cure. And will I be normal? Will I have a normal life? And I would like you all to know, as Mr. Majumdar with her sister's case said, that there is a cure, and once you get cured, don't worry, everything goes back to normalcy. It's more in your mind, and the moment you get over with that anxiety, everything goes back to normalcy, and don't worry about that.
Yeah. Regarding this point, Dr. Yanas has probably joined. We will be moving on to the liquid biopsy. Before that, we have something, the determination, the focus, concentration. We have BCKI, Board of Control of Karate in India, Mr. Vishwaranjan Das. He will talk about the importance of self-protection, discipline through the karate. Over to Vishwaranjan Das for our daughters, sisters, mothers, friends, and philosopher. What you want to convey? What you want?
Thank you very much, Dr. Agarwal. I'm really honored to have been here through your invitation. So we'll be talking about the martial art in general, and as such, the spirit of martial art remains in non-competitiveness. Actually, by learning this art, one becomes a competitor to own self and develops inner strength as well. And secondly, in another word, martial art is a great fun. Uh, so the question is, under this condition of pandemic as well as the economic meltdown, how many of us are really very happy? Are we forcefully making ourselves happy, or we are happy inside? That is a big question for the world. And we are by learning this kind of art, where there is no kind of a competition, you can learn all by yourself, and at the same time, through a good mentor, and you can develop your mental peace. Thirdly, Also, in this case, I would like to say about the other sports. Suppose you are in cricket, you want to score a century to become happy. If you are out of the cricket, or if you are in a football match, if you cannot score a goal, then you are not happy. But I would say you become a happy person if you can practice this particular art and do it all by yourself. And thirdly, years have passed. We have talked about the Durga Shakti, women empowerment, and all those things, but it is mostly throughout the world because the women they are in lack of many a times. What we have seen that in lack to another woman. So in that case, if you learn martial art, so that actually teaches a philosophy of self-protection and in turn the self-esteem for the woman. And finally, I would say that for every fraction of people, I would say in a different order, old and young, women and men, uh, and the recovering patients. Martial art can be treated as efficacy side by side medicine or symptomatic treatment. This is my version. Of course, I will take your opinion also. You have noted doctors over here. Because I have felt myself during my time or recovering situation, the martial art has played a key role in my life. And it has a fantastic side, improving your mental, spiritual, and uh, what do I say, physical conditions. So this is all about the BCK, and we are very honored to have been fitness doctor around the GCT while we have various kind of physical and other kind of trainings, so that people can be very very happy. Unless a physical body is in a right shape, you are not definitely in a right working position. So,
Thank you, Dr. Uh, Bafida. Thank you for this. That self-discipline, self-acceptance, and exercise is very important. Thanks for the message to the society. I would welcome Dr. P.N. Mahapatro, the renowned medical oncologist from Calcutta, who is the head of oncology from Apollo Gleneagles Cancer Hospital. He is a good friend, dear friend. Out of the busy schedule, he has come on to board. Dr. Mahapatro, we were discussing about breast cancer diagnosis, breast self-examination, and the biopsy. Now we have moved on to the circulating tumor cell or the liquid biopsy. So after the Dr. Ioannis presentation, we would love to have your comment on the same. So Doctor, welcome
hello.
you.
Thank you, Vikas.
Okay, Dr. Ioannis, we can have a quick presentation. We will somehow for the problem in the StreamYard or some connections. So over to you for the presentation on liquid biopsy. Dr. Ioannis? I think.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Was off. Yeah.
Yes. No. Okay. So can you see my slide now? My screen?
Just.
Do you want us to put the slide on the screen? We'll just put it right now. And I would request.
Yes, please do, because it seems screen sharing is very
not a
slow.
problem. We are putting it up. I would request you, for the sake of the time, the few most celebrities, international and national celebrities, would be waiting. So quick idea about liquid biopsy.
I will jump you very, very quickly.
Sure. Over to you. Can you see the slide?
Yes, I can. Can you please move it forward?
Manali, move it forward, please. Yeah.
Okay. So, yes, to number 3, please.
Number 3.
Okay, see here we have the primary tumor, and practically we know that very early we have early dissemination. And this means, which Fisher has proved that since the decade of 80s, that the breast, especially breast carcinoma, is a systemic disease on very early stage. So many times it's futile to say that we have only a local disease. Practically the disease is already systemic because we have microcolonies in distant organs. Simply they stay in dormancy for a long period. Can you move further to slide number 6, please? By analyzing the cancer cells from breast carcinoma, nowadays we have concluded to a much more precise classification of types of breast carcinoma, which are strongly related of how they are going to respond on treatments, as well as to where they are going to metastasize. And this is the critical part, because based on that, we can be much more correct which kind of treatment decision we're going to follow and which organs, vital organs, are significant for the disease treatment. Move forward, please, to further slides. More? Because I believe these are no. So what is liquid biopsy? Just to give us a very short definition, it's actually all the liquids that we can collect from patient. Number slide number 9, please. So practically we can take blood, urine, cerebrospinal fluids, saliva, up to an extent, or ascites fluid, which can either identify circulated tumor cells or disseminated tumor cells, or exosomes, which are tumor-derived, or microRNA, which are also tumor-derived, or circulated tumor-free DNA. And from these, we can obtain information in order that to calculate the risk of relapse or make a decision whether targeted therapy or other kind of therapy may be applicable to the disease. Of course, someone may say why I should rely on that and not in biopsy. The advantage of liquid biopsy is that represents the systemic part of the disease and not the primary tumor only. So let's move a little bit to slide number 13, please. Here we see why we have to rely to an entity that actually represents the whole disease, because the heterogeneity of a tumor is massive. On a patient level, on a tumor level, on a cellular level, on a genomic level, and on an epigenetic level. So each patient and each tumor is unique, and we have to find the common factor that represents all the spectrum. And slide number 15, please. So practically, this is an example from colorectal carcinoma, but it's equally applicable in breast carcinoma. The original biopsy represents information that we obtained from the primary tumor, but liquid biopsy represents the primary as well as the secondaries, no matter how big or small they may be. Number 16, please, the next one. This shows the cosmic protocol, which is actually a multi-centric analysis which still goes on all types of cancer, which shows that CTC's information overlaps between primary and secondaries, and this is what makes them extremely valuable. So let's proceed further on slide number 19, please, to show the actual value of it. Here we have which shows, especially on the right side, that the metastatic CTCs actually start rising before even the CEA, the biomarker in colorectal carcinoma. So practically we can very early detect the risk of relapse and recurrence before it's too late, especially when the disease is systemic. So this proves one concept, that liquid biopsy can be very helpful to that point. So slide number 21, please. So the practical value of liquid biopsy is that by enumerate the CTCs or by obtaining further information, we can monitor the efficacy of the already applied treatment on a patient, whether it's successful or not, before we wait for the macroscopic evidence. The genomic analysis as well as the gene expression can give us information about further treatment options that may not exist on the recommended guidelines. And of course, when a patient reaches remission, we can detect the risk of recurrence extremely earlier than the conventional methods that we already have, especially in solid tumors. And by all these means, we can improve not only the overall survival, but as well as the time to relapse, so practically all the parameters that makes a successful management a breast cancer case or any cancer case. Can we move a little bit further quickly on 22, 23, 24, which shows studies and articles on cases that shows the actual value of liquid biopsy, which helps, especially cases which they didn't have any option, or even they can tell you back in surgery whether in a prostate carcinoma, for example, someone needs a lymph node clearance in the iliac area or not, because nowadays we clear them all. So practically we help a lot in the clinical management of cancer. Let's go on slide number 26. So where we are standing, from our side, yes, we are working heavily in the field of liquid biopsy, in the clinical field as well as in the research area, so that we will have further drug development using liquid biopsy. And let's move a little bit fast on slides 28, 29, 30, 31. So practically here is an NGS on tissue samples. This is NGS on liquid biopsy. This is ACGH in order to identify the primary origin when it's not known. These are analytical methods in order to follow up a patient as well as to identify treatment options. Slide number 32, please. And of course, all these methodologies, they do have high rates of sensitivity and specificity, which has been determined already. Slide 33. All methodologies as well, they are accredited, not only by a local, but as well as from a global factors. And slide 34 and 35. So practically we try to help every individual, through that we help the whole world. And all these methods, they are done in facilities which pretty much they are state of the art in Europe. Simply we try to make these services available to a global level. This is what we are trying to do from our end. Thank you so much for your time. I hope I give you very briefly an insight how liquid biopsy can help in the clinical field.
Thank you, Dr. Yanis. Thanks a lot for a quick presentation. Let me tell you, all the viewers, Dr. Yanis is working on this for more than 2 decades. He has dedicated his life and developed the liquid biopsy to the next level. And being sitting in the Switzerland and Greece, having 2 labs, he has extended to the Asia also. India, Nepal, Bangladesh, all these facilities are available. From here, the blood goes to him and he gives the report in less than 3 weeks. Over to Dr. P.N. Mahapatro. He is the leading medical oncologist. What do you think how the role of biologic therapies and these tumor markers can help in the treatment of the breast cancer patients? How it has evolved and increased the
See, biological therapies. Hello,
Dr.
can you
P.N.
hear me?
Mahapatro.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
we are able to hear you, doctor.
Actually, breast cancer we divide. Actually, we are seeing a lot of biomarkers nowadays. Actually, be it it was started with hormone positive, hormone negative, HER2 positive, HER2 negative, triple negative. Now ESR1, like if it's somebody is a hormone resistant, ESR1. If it's a PIK3, if somebody is taking hormone therapy, we are doing PIK3. PIK3 we are doing with liquid biopsy, and actually genomic analysis like BRCA1, BRCA2. Usually we do by tumor tissue can be done with liquid biopsies also. Or in triple negative breast cancer, the lymphocyte infiltration or PDL1 testing. These are the new options which actually are, and one thing is coming actually the hard to new tumors which is low hard to new. If it is hard to new 1 2 in IC, actually what we are doing actually hard to new 3 in IC, we are treating with trastuzumab. The new drugs are coming actually like NR2, which is trastuzumab deruxtecan. Actually they are working in I see 1 and 2 hard to new positivity. So things are actually liquid biopsy in developmental stage in breast cancer, but it's going to increase. Future role is going to increase in breast cancer, and now there is a lot of markers and markers are coming, and we are doing the markers to subsequently treat the patient according to their biomarker study.
Very nicely elaborated the forthcoming options of markers. To the viewers, I want to convey people do have a belief that in India or Bangladesh, Dr. Reja will also say his opinion that do we have those facilities available? Are these available in Calcutta? Are these available in India? Do you think these are not available? With the help of people like Dr. Yanas and with the pharma industries and everything, recent technology is available to every nook and corner of the country and the globe. What do you think, Dr. Reja? Do you feel these questions? Do you face these questions?
Definitely, it is a very important issue that regarding the newer investigations, newer biomarker testing, and in Indian perspective, we know that these most of the investigations, most of the biomarker testings are available and they are going very much very well. But in Bangladesh perspective, yes, now the molecular labs are coming. The molecular labs are growing here, and also some of molecular lab already developed. They are trying to become able to be available the biomarker testing and other important testing for cancer management. But sometimes when there are some facilities issues and those tests are not available in our country, we we communicate with uh, our neighboring country, Indian, some pathologists, some labs, and they help us to achieve the result because sometimes it is very much needed with that test, with the findings, we have to treat the patient. So those labs help us to identify or to diagnose the report. And in this way we are doing, but definitely nowadays some molecular labs are coming and they are trying to get available all these facilities in our country also. Thank you.
Thank you. With this, I would say heartiest thank you for joining us, Dr. Yanes, for sparing some moments and sharing your thoughts. And we would be welcoming Lieutenant General P. Anant Narayanan. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining and spreading the cause of Let's Spread Breast Cancer. We are discussing on the topics important to the public and we are trying to spread a message on a breast cancer. So over to Dr. P.N. Mahapatro, how you have seen in the last decade the survival improving in breast cancer?
See, breast cancer now actually with we see more of previously used to see more of the advanced disease. Nowadays you see more of early breast cancer. Actually, patients are becoming more conscious. Once they have disease, they are coming to the oncologist or doctors, and they are getting treated. The curability percentage is increasing. What used to be previously, we used to see more of a advanced disease. Now you see more of a localized disease. If somebody present with advanced disease also, the treatment scope actually is increasing. If somebody if have a hormone positive disease and if a metastatic because of CDK4/6 inhibitors, we are seeing patient living longer actually. If it is a heart to new positive disease, we are seeing there's a lot of heart to new treatments are available now in India. Actually, if somebody has the money, somebody has the everything, they're somehow they not leave aside money. But it is a trastuzumab is now very cheaper what used to be previously, and the lapatinib is available, libesat TDM1. But we are seeing patient living much longer actually with the CDK4/6 inhibitors in hormone positive disease. Recently, alpelisib PIK3 inhibitor is in the market actually for hormone positive disease, and chemotherapy was there, but now because of lot of targeted options, we are seeing patient living much more longer actually.
Very good. With this message of that, we can conquer therapies, because today we have reached to the pinnacle of our webinar. We will be felicitating the three personalities who have helped Global Cancer Trust to reach us goal, to reach to masses. So I would thank all my faculties for helping us to join and helping to spread the message. So with this, I would be requesting Sapna is there. So we have a athlete about.
Yeah. স্বপ্না আমাদের মধ্যে রয়েছে। স্বপ্না সম্পর্কে একটু বলে দিই, she is the only Indian athlete to have won gold in Asian Games. আমাদের সবার গর্ব স্বপ্না বর্মন, এবং স্বপ্না নিজে একজন ফাইটার, অনেক লড়াই করে উঠে আসার নাম স্বপ্না বর্মন। স্বপ্নাকে রিকোয়েস্ট করবো যে তোমার লড়াইয়ের গল্পটা তো আমরা জানি, অনেকে জানেও না, তো তুমি অর্জুনা অ্যাওয়ার্ডি, এবং তবে সবচেয়ে বড় কথা আজকের যে বিষয়টা নিয়ে আমাদের এই ওয়েবিনারটা, অর্থাৎ যারা ব্রেস্ট ক্যান্সারের বিরুদ্ধে লড়াই করছে তাদের প্রতি যদি তোমার কোনো বার্তা থাকে। We are honored to have you.
ধন্যবাদ। I'm comfortable with Bengali. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you. ব্রেস্ট ক্যান্সার এই মুহূর্তে দেশে তথা বিশ্বের সবথেকে বড় একটা সমস্যা। সো শুধু আমি এটুকুই বলবো, যারা ব্রেস্ট ক্যান্সারের এগেনস্টে লড়ছেন, তাদের লড়াইটা আমাদের লড়াই থেকে অনেক বড়, অনেক। সো তবু আমি বিশেষ করি যে যারা খুব সাহসী এবং নিজের উপর বিশ্বাস এবং ভগবান সঙ্গে ডাক্তারের উপর যারা বিশ্বাস রাখেন বা রেখে চলছেন, তারা তাড়াতাড়ি সুস্থ হয়ে উঠবেন। এবং তাছাড়া ভয় পাওয়ার কিছু নেই। এখন তো অনেক উন্নত মানের চিকিৎসা সঙ্গে সরকারি পরিকল্পনা এবং বিভিন্ন রকমের নতুন নতুন এনজিও এগিয়ে আসছেন হেল্প করার জন্য। সো টেনশন করার কিছু নেই। আর আরেকটা কথা বলতে চাই, যেটা হচ্ছে এখন কারো ব্রেস্ট ক্যান্সার হলে সোসাইটিতে তাকে লাইক অন্য চোখে দেখে অনেকজনেই। তো আমি তাদের ক্ষেত্রে বলবো তারা যেন এভাবে না দেখে, কারণ এই রোগটা জেনে বুঝে আসে না যে আমি ওকে ধরবো একে ধরবো এরম এরম। তো এই রোগটা যে কোনো কাউকেই ধরতে পারে। তো যারা সামনে যাকে দেখছেন ব্রেস্ট ক্যান্সার হয়েছে তাকে দেখে নেগেটিভ কথাবার্তা এটা এরকম সেরকম যেটা বলছেন সেটা বলা বন্ধ করুন, কারণ সেটা আপনাদের বাড়িতেও হতে পারে। আর আপনারা যাকে বলছেন যার ব্রেস্ট ক্যান্সার হয়েছে, সে পুরো যখন এই কথাগুলো শোনে নেগেটিভ, আমি নিজের চোখেও দেখেছি, লাইক আমি শুনেছি দেখেওছি, অনেকজনই বলেছেন। তো সে না পুরো ডিপ্রেশনে পড়ে যায় যখন সোসাইটির লোক কিছু এভাবে কথা বলেন। তো সেটা বলা আমার মনে হয় বন্ধ করা উচিত। এবং যাদের ব্রেস্ট ক্যান্সার হয়েছে তাদেরকে বলবো প্লিজ আপনারা টাইম টু টাইম মেডিসিন নেবেন। আর এখন তো অনেক ট্রিটমেন্টই বেরিয়েছেন। তো সবাই ভালো থাকবেন। আমি এবং আমার বাড়ির সকলের তরফ থেকে আপনাদের সবার জন্য শুভকামনা, যাদের ক্যান্সার হয়েছে, ব্রেস্ট ক্যান্সার হয়েছে। তো শুভকামনা করি আমরা যেন আপনারা তাতে সুস্থ হয়ে উঠুন।
Thank you so much, Swapna. You have been a pride of the country, and I'm sure তোমার কথায় অনেকে অনুপ্রাণিত হবে। অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Next, it's time for a special cause. We'll be felicitating Dr. Lieutenant General P. N. Ananthanarayan, sir. He's here with us.
I would
This,
request
yeah.
Manali to keep our special guest of honor who have helped Global Cancer Trust with the permission of Dr. Reja, Dr. Amitabh Mohan, even my picture, and with the Dr. Mahapatra's advice, only those two faculties, the guest of honors, to be on the screen so that every viewers can see them and listen about their achievements and helps. With the permission, thank you, Dr. Reja, Dr. Amitabh Mohan, Dr. P. N. Mahapatra. Thanks for supporting the cause, helping us to spread the cause. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Let me tell you something about Lieutenant General P. N. Ananthanarayan, sir. He was commissioned into 3rd Battalion, 8th Gorkha Rifles in December 1984. He's an alumnus of Rashtriya India Military College, Dehradun, National Defence Academy, Khadakhasla, and Indian Military Academy in Dehradun. He has served with his battalion in all kinds of terrain during Shinjan Russia and counter insurgency areas in Jammu and Kashmir and Northeast. Uh, During his service, he has held prestigious command, staff, and instructional appointments. He commanded 3rd Battalion, the 3rd Gorkha Rifles, the unit he was commissioned into, and Infantry Brigade and an Infantry Division on the China border for the distinguished service in the active area. He has been conferred with a Sena Medal on the occasion of Republic Day 2019. In staff, he has been Brigade Major at Armed Brigade, at Headquarter Northern Command, at Defence Service Staff College, Wellington, at Headquarter Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Kerala area, Deputy Commander of Mountain Brigade, at tenure at Army Headquarters and Defence Service Staff College, Wellington, and before joining present appointment served at Southwestern Command, Jaipur. In these various commands and staff appointments, he has been instrumental in organizing various events to spread cancer awareness amongst the soldiers and their families. He is a graduate of Defence Service Staff College, Wellington, and a Higher Command course, MO. The officer is also a graduate of the National Defence College. The officer is a postgraduate in Defence and Strategic Studies and MPhil in Defence and Management Studies from the Madras University. He also holds a postgraduate diploma in Personal Management and Industrial Relations from Symbiosis, Pune. He's a keen sportsman and is also fond of playing golf, squash, and tennis. The general officer assumed the appointment of commandant on effect from 1st August 2019. We are so glad and proud to confer this special certificate to Lieutenant General P. N. Ananthanarayan.
Let me tell you the reason sir is here. This is the certificate. It's a small, humble thing from our side. He has taken a pain. We took a step to approach him to help spread the cause of cancer awareness and prevention. We took one step and he took a mile to help us to reach thousands and thousands of Indian soldiers and their families. He personally, with his family, attended the prevention program. Being in Southwest Command, Jaipur, he organized a program in Barakpur. He tried to help to spread the message. Hats off, all the Indians, all the citizens of India, everybody. We respect you, all the Indian Army people, all the Navy and the Air Force people. Because of you, we are safe here. And this was the pride occasion after completing 10-year journey of Global Cancer Trust. Sir, please humbly accept the certificate of appreciation. It's just a small token. We would love to have few words from your side.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Vikash Agarwal. At the outset, let me compliment the Global Cancer Trust and Dr. Vikash Agarwal and Dr. Vibha Agarwal in particular for the pains they've taken for spreading this breast cancer awareness amongst the service personnel and their families. As mentioned by Dr. Mahapatra earlier, awareness not only helps in taking preventive measures, it also increases the confidence levels in the humanity that this disease, if detected early, can be cured completely. And for this, awareness is a must. And awareness can come about only if we reach out to the people and speak to them in the language they understand. The very fact that we are talking about this subject clearly signifies that we are working towards finding a cure for this disease. I compliment all the doctors and everyone working towards this and for doing yeoman service and giving us the courage and confidence to face this so-called monster. This spreading of awareness is something which has to be done by everyone, and we have to ensure that it reaches the last person, it reaches the grassroots. Because a large, for the number of cases, for each case detected, there'll be large number of cases which go undetected, primarily because they are not able to, firstly, they are not aware, and secondly, they do not have the type of medical facilities available to them. This is something as a nation we need to look at, and we need to take ownership of each and every individual of this nation, irrespective of his caste, creed, color, or irrespective of his financial status. And towards this, the Global Cancer Trust is doing a yeoman service, and I salute all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. We have a personality from Nepal, and none less than Mr. Rajendra ji. We respect him, and just to introduce about, Suman will tell a few words about Mr. Rajendra.
First of all, thanks sir for joining us, and we are very glad and privileged that we are conferring this particular certificate to you. It's pleasure all ours. Honorary Consul of Portugal, date of appointment October 1999. Business interest is in financial sector like banking, microfinance, stock and securities, capital market, insurance, investment equity fund, venture capital, and mutual fund. After that, we want to say is like his civic activities. He is Dean Honorary Consular Corps, Nepal 2017-18, Chairman, Nepal Britain Chambers of Commerce, NBCCI to date, President, Alliance Franchise Kathmandu to date, Senator, Kathmandu University, chaired by Honorable Prime Minister to date, Honorable Member, Legislature Permanent, NCA 2007 to 2011. After that, I want to say Vice Chairman of Federation of Nepalese Chamber and Industry, Chairman Kathmandu Elites Roundtable 1994 to 1995, Chairman Employers Council FNCCI from 1999 to 2001, Senator Pokhara University, chaired by Honorable the Prime Minister of 2000 to 2002, founder late Mohan Gopal Khetan Foundation. Decorations, honorific and orders and decree, official de Ordem do Infante de Enrique from Portugal, Gokha Dakshin Bahu III, bestowed by then King of Nepal, Janaseva Shri bestowed by Honorable President of Nepal, Sambidhan Seva Vibhushan bestowed by Honorable President of Nepal, and HCCN Award of recognition by Honorable Foreign Minister of Nepal. We are absolutely delighted to confer the certificate from Global Cancer Trust.
Let me tell you the approach to Rajendra ji. He is such a humble person. He is fully one of the best, richest person in the Nepal, but he is involved in the social activities for decades. He is a young lad, but he is working social activities, I think, from the teenage. I would request Manali to keep Rajendra ji and Lieutenant General, in the bigger picture, because we approached him to spread the awareness, and he took all the pain to make sure that it reaches to the people of the Nepal. So I would request Rajendra ji to say a few words. We will be delighted to listen from you. Sir, your mic is probably not on.
My apology.
Sir,
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Dr. Vikash Agrawal, Dr. Vikash Agrawal, General, Honorable General, and friends from India. Indeed, a great pleasure from Nepal to bring you all the best wishes from my society, my community, and people of Nepal. The great honor you have given us by delivering messages about cancer awareness is remarkable. It has been two times, three times we have done this, and if the COVID would not have been there, would have continued this for long. But definitely we'll come back by 2021, and we'll happy to see you with General in Nepal, and we'll work together in many other areas. Well, doctor, it is very easy to be a doctor. It is very easy to earn money, but to give something to the society is a very difficult work. And you have been doing so, because Agrawalji, from the country of Pashupatinathji, from the country of Lord Buddha, from the country of Ma Janki, I pray for your well-being, your family's well-being, and for the family of Indian society, their well-being from the friends of Nepal. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to felicitate you. It is indeed an honor and pleasure to have people like you behind Global Cancer Trust who have helped us to traverse the journey of 10 years. We have a team of people. By my side is Mr. Suman Chakravarti. He's an international football commentator. There is a team behind this who was working like Advertise Shivam Bajaj and a group of organizations who have helped us to reach to the masses, not only in Calcutta, across India, outside India. CII is spreading to all their members, non-members, spreading the message. They want to be a part. City Cable, Bazaar Kolkata, RGCC International, Hetero Pharmaceuticals, a large number of Heritage Institute, the Robin Hood Army, All India Marwadi Yuva Manch. If I go on saying the names for Vanchal Nagrik, a lot more are there. Salty Group, everybody has paid their effort to spread the word, and to the sports fraternity, to the celebrities, we really salute all of them to help us in spreading the message and save our mother, sister, and daughter. With these few kind words, waiting you to see again tomorrow in same time 5:30 to 7 p.m. we will be catching and spreading few more message. Like there was a question, if I eat right, if I drink right, why do I get breast cancer? The message was given by Boria Majumdar. We will try to answer this question to all the viewers and to all friends across the globe. Till that, stay safe, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.